Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy, my channel's Finding Value. And if you're looking for undervalued investment opportunities, you found the right place. Click subscribe. I'm going to go over some investment opportunities that I'm looking at right now. I know you guys always want to be informed before the move, not after the move. And there's some patterns that are forming that look pretty good. I don't know if they fit within your investment circle or realm or your circle of confidence, whatever you want to call it. So do your own due diligence, do what's needed, and see if these fit in your realm. I have not done a ton of fundamental analysis on them. This is just technical charting. I started to notice some things in some other sectors. One of them is lithium. The other one is rare earth metals. I recently purchased more in REMX, the ETF for rare earth metals ETF. There's a lot of companies I can't individually buy in there, so I'm buying that as an ETF to cover it. And I think the upside potential can warrant a good position in REMX, and I think it's going to take off quite substantially over the years as rare earth metals are consumed in electric vehicle batteries and electric vehicle engines and all these other things. It's actually the engines. The magnets and renewable energy. So I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to show you a couple of things. I'm going to go over copper as well. Copper looks like it's setting up, at least the price of copper looks like it's setting up to move higher, which is a good thing for the entire sector because that is one of our leaders of commodities. So let's jump in here. This is technical analysis of charts. I call this one the other because I've got a mixture of things in here. So here's copper itself. I kind of zoomed in on it. We've got these three. We've got a bullish engulfing right here. We've got a wick on the bottom, which is a hammer. This is a hammer bullish engulfing pattern. 3 good up days and then small pullback. This thing, I think, is going to go higher right here, right now. It looks good. So that is good. And this is what copper tells us. Copper is a leader. And when copper is going higher, it means that commodities are game on. So this is why it's so important. That's why I'm showing you this. I think copper investments will probably do well going forward as well. So here is Lithium Corp. If you look, we always have these types of pauses. We've got a pause here, and they break out to the upside and then they run for a good bit. We've pulled back quite dramatically from $1.20-ish or so all the way back to now 39 cents. We've got this nice big move higher right here, and then the small little pullback. I think this is a good one to look into. LTUM. This one's American Lithium Corp. This is where I actually saw it. I own shares in American Lithium Corp from the Plateau Energy buyout. You can see these patterns where it just pulls, you've got this downtrend line, downtrend, they break it, and they've got these large moves higher. We're just breaking this downtrend line right now in American Lithium Corp, and I think it's, the potential's there to move on up. So that's what I'm, watching, and I actually own shares in it. Now here's PLL, Piedmont Lithium Limited. Big move higher. It's been in a consolidation pattern or phase, and it broke its downtrend line just recently. So this could move quite a bit higher. This one's Lithium Americas Corp, LAC. Again, we broke the downtrend line, we broke up, pulled back, and this is where I like to kind of buy stuff, is in this area down here. If this fits in your portfolio, I think it's in a good location to be looking at it. Now, looking at one of these from a big picture view, I took LAC and looked at it from a weekly perspective on a very big picture view. This thing looks really good on a big picture view because if you look at this pattern here, it's massive, going all the way back to 2009. It broke out to the upside, and then we come back and kind of do that retest, backtest area, and it looks good on the short-term basis, so this doesn't look too bad. I think, somewhere in this general vicinity looks very good for a potential entry point and a good long-term hold. Volume's definitely down there too. Here's Scape Corporation. I do think this has a little bit longer to go. But it is, here's a downtrend line. It's not a strong downtrend line. I wouldn't put, a whole bunch on it. You can also draw it similar to maybe something like that. Either way, doesn't look too bad. And I think we're getting close here for a potential entry point. They do steady state batteries for electric vehicles. So I've been watching this for a while. Here's Anglo American Platinum. This guy's kind of pulled on back. The way this is setting up doesn't look too bad to be entering down here. If you like Anglo American Platinum, it could potentially be bottoming down here. And then this one I like a lot, this setup. This is REMX. It hasn't broken out yet. We've got a large pattern here, very large. The pullback, we're going in this pattern. And if we break to this upside here, which is any second, I think we could see a very, very large move higher. This thing on a big long-term perspective, and I should have probably put the long-term perspective on here, is creating a massive pattern, massive. So I've loaded up in it in REMX, and I'm going to ride this thing higher. And if you're looking for an individual company in America, I've got MP Materials Corp is, I would say, a leader. And this is probably where we're going to source a lot. We've got this downtrend break down here, and we're moving on higher with it. And I actually called it right in here. But this one's looking pretty good for a long-term hold as well if you want some rare earth metals. But I put a lot in REMX, so that's how I'm playing it. I think all of these companies, they all exhibit very good technical chart patterns. So if you guys want to do fundamental analysis on it, check out their presentations on their websites, see what they're all about, see what their insider holdings are, see what their market caps are, see if they have any outstanding warrants, like warrants or options or whatever they have. I look for high insider holdings. I look for, if there's a bunch of high insider holdings, that's really good. It aligns management with, hopefully, the shareholders. So REMX is my favorite. That's the one that I really like. Some of these lithium ones look really good. Big old chart patterns that broke to the upside. I would suspect that they're going to do well over this. If we enter this renewable energy world, I think we're really early in it. And with the base as large as some of these, I'm going to hold a little bit in the portfolio of some lithium companies. And I'm going to do some of the rare earths. I think that's a good way to play this renewable electric vehicle play moving forward. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.